should be good.
Are we on?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome once again to The Edge's Facebook page's #1 talk-based show at this particular time. 3 to 5 things we didn't have time to talk about today. I am your host, Fred Kennedy, and I would like to welcome our first official sponsor on to 3 to 5 things we didn't have time to talk about today. Corey's Clothiers at 569 Danforth Avenue. Do you wake up every day looking like this? Would you like to look like this? Just go down to Corey's Clothiers, 569 Danforth Avenue, and they can make your dreams come true. That should be their slogan, by the way. Sean and Saul, if you're listening, we can make your dreams come true. Corey's Clothiers, 569 Danforth Avenue. First up, ninjas. That's right. Japan is looking for people to become ninjas. Apparently, there's a lot of places in Japan, like tourist-type destinations, and when people go there, they want the authentic Japan experience, which, so I'm told, features excessive amounts of ninjas. And the problem is that not enough people are becoming ninjas in Japan anymore, so they are looking for people who are athletic, who have a keen sense of acrobatics and martial arts, who want to learn the ways of the shadow. That's what the job description says. And you can go to Japan. They will train you in the actual arts of ninjutsu, and you will become a real-life ninja. There you go. And this is great. For any kid that grew up in the 80s and 90s, that's what you wanted to be. Like, I remember watching the Ninja Turtles as a kid, watched the Ninja Turtles, loved it, and decided I wanted to learn how to take kung fu or ninjutsu or whatever. And my parents got me into karate, like the Dane Cook of martial arts. So I was doing stupid karate and making an idiot of myself, having my Ninja Turtle backpack, and I never did become a ninja. But I did get to watch the movie American Ninja when I was a kid, and that was pretty great. Like, look at this guy. Just hanging out on a boat, wearing a sweet body glove. He knows something's up. His ninja senses are tingling. No, there's some rocks. That can't be good. Oh, what's that? Ninjas. By the way, you know that it's a real 90s movie about ninjas. This is American Ninja 2, by the way. In case you were curious about what movie it is. I didn't actually want to do 2 martial arts movies in a row, like yesterday we were talking about Steven Seagal. But I really want to show you how awesome this movie is. Okay, let's watch. Oh, they put a rope around his arm. Oh. This is, okay, dude, seriously, when I was a kid, I would watch movies like this, and I would get so amped. I wanted to be like this guy. I wanted to wear a sweet body glove ensemble and fight ninjas on a beach. And I love that the ninjas are legitimately dressed like that. Actually, like, this is what you can, look at that guy. I don't know what he's doing. He's just standing on a rock being awesome. You can do that and have that be your job in Japan right now. Oh, making a human ladder. That's so great. Look at that. Sweet skills. I could go on. I'm going to post this video on the Edge. Oh, dude, look at those moves. They all get up the rock. Teamwork. Being a ninja will teach you how to use teamwork to make your goals become a reality. American Ninja 2 with Michael Dudikoff, The Confrontation, didn't win any Oscars that year. Kind of sad. Don't think won any MTV Movie Awards either. But if you're really good at video games, like Shinobi, and if you can do at least one chin-up, maybe becoming a ninja is the career opportunity for you. This is news. Apple Computers has been declared, and I quote, the most valuable company in the history of the world. They have made $776 billion. That's what Apple is worth today. Apple Computers worth 700. How are Apple Computers the most valuable company of all time? What company made? Oh, Steve Jobs. Look at Steve Jobs. Just ugh. Have you ever watched a movie about Steve Jobs? Read a book about him? Like, most of the book just like hand jobs about how amazing he was and how he made Apple Computers so great and so absolutely fantastic. Steve Jobs was just like a guy who like put good packaging on stuff. You know what he was? Steve Jobs was the guy who was good at wrapping Christmas presents. That's what Steve Jobs was. He was good at wrapping Christmas presents. He didn't buy the gift. He didn't make the gift, but he put the wrapping paper on it and took all the credit for it. Thanks a lot, Steve Jobs. While we're on the topic of Steve Jobs, I want to talk about the movie Jobs, Michael Fassbender, the Aaron Sorkin movie, is not as good as the one that Ashton Kutcher did. I'll say it. I'll just say it. Ashton Kutcher was better than Michael Fassbender, and I feel bad for him. And you know why? Because Ashton Kutcher took this job seriously. He legitimately wanted to prove that he could do a great movie, and I feel so bad for the guy. Like, it's obvious he worked so hard. He did the whole fruitarian diet that Steve Jobs actually did, and he ended up going into the hospital. And he stayed in the hospital because he did liver damage for like 2 weeks. Stayed in the hospital. He ended up in the hospital because he's trying to do a great job on a movie. And then Aaron Sorkin comes along with handsome Michael Fassbender. And all of a sudden, that's the good Steve Jobs movie? No. It's just, all it is Michael Fassbender wearing a turtleneck being Michael Fassbender. It's all he ever does. There's no difference between Michael Fassbender's Magneto and the way that he played Steve Jobs. I'm sorry. I feel bad for Ashton Kutcher. He's great. Kelso never gets a break. Kelso never gets a break. Although I don't really feel that bad for him because he did get to have a lot of sexual intercourse with Demi Moore and Mila Kunis. So I can't really... And he doesn't have a mortgage. So to say I feel bad for him is a bit of a stretch. I just feel professionally bad for him that Michael Fassbender stole all of his thunder. Like, all of it. And Josh Gad also did a great job playing, what's his name? The dwarf guy. Steve Wozniak. Wozniak. Playing Steve Wozniak. Josh Gad doing a great job. And all anybody remembers him as is Olaf the Snowman from Frozen. Poor guy. It's great, Steve. The Woz and the Jobs, two terrible people doing great. Well, actually, Steve Wozniak's a great guy. You know, Steve Wozniak actually got arrested once when he was in high school and they wanted to scare him straight. So when he was arrested and he was in jail, what he did was he taught all the adult male prisoners how to unwire the fans in their cells and hook them up to the bars so that if anybody touched the bars, they'd get electrocuted. True story. Way to go, Woz. Oh yeah, I was talking about the pyramids. Yeah, like, why do we say that the Apple computer is more valuable overall than the pyramids? The company that made the pyramids, like Imperial Egypt, slavery made the pyramids. Okay, there's a great line from Louis C.K. where he talks about all the greatest achievements that mankind has ever done have basically just involved throwing limitless human suffering at a problem until it's solved. 100% true. And Apple computers is no different. Making the cell phones is so bad that the cell phone workers are actually killing themselves to get better working conditions. These workers, these two are the only ones that were allowed to live. This lady wasn't smiling hard enough, so they killed her and all of her family. Just so that you could complain about things on Twitter while dropping a deuce. Good for you. Look at... I'm happy. I'm really not happy. Neither am I. But I'm far away so you can't see. Moving on. Oh! Speaking of happy and killing people for not being happy in photographs, it's Kim Jong-un. I was reading that North Korea has been coordinating high-tech bank robberies in order to fund their nuclear weapons program. Is something wrong? Did we go wrong here? We're good? Okay, good. By the way, brought to you by Corey's Clothiers, 569 Danforth Avenue. I need new socks. I got to do what I got to do to get socks. Anyways, yes, North Korea has been coordinating high-tech bank robberies in order to fund their nuclear weapons program. But what I don't understand about this is, why do they need money to make nuclear weapons in their own country? It's not like they got to pay anybody anything. They just say, make the weapons or we'll kill your whole family. That's the North Korean way of solving problems. That's what they do there. Like, look at this. Look at this photo. They feed them butterscotch pudding, it looks like. He's happy. And he's like, this guy's probably dead for not smiling hard enough in the photograph as it was being taken. Look at that. Look at that beautiful photo. Should get a zoom in. Can we go full screen on that? Get a zoom in on the goo. Get a zoom in on that. We get a good zoom on that goo? Right there, that goo. Just get a nice zoom in it. Goo.
We got the goo.
Okay, we're done. We're done with the goo. Let's move on. Nerds. So here's what I was thinking. I was reading that, like, that they're using high-tech bank robberies to pay for their nuclear weapons program. And they're actually hiring outside help. So if you know somebody who's really good at computers that you've treated like garbage their entire life, maybe you should give them a call and settle things down, because they might be working for North Korea funding World War III. Like, that's the world that we're getting into. Remember Alan Cummings' character, Boris Grishchenko, or whatever the guy's name is? Boris, in GoldenEye? Classic example of the guys that are going to be able to destroy the world. The uber nerd who's able to use computers, giving money to North Korea to build nuclear weapons, all because you consistently had to steal their lunch money in elementary school. Why did you have to? You didn't have to do that. Picked them. You couldn't give them a compliment every now and again. Couldn't just be nice. This is the problem. This is the problem we live in. Problem with the world that we live in. People are mean to people. It's cyclical. It comes back. Keep being mean to this guy. You know how the meek shall inherit the earth? The whole Jesus quote? Now it's the meek shall work for North Korea and build nuclear weapons and blow up the earth. That's the new quote. Write that one down. Bible guys that write the Bible. Okay, here we go. Let's move on. Game of Thrones, a wonderful television program. It's on HBO Canada. It's going to be coming back on July 17th. That's when the debut of Season 7 happens. It's going to be a short season. It's only going to be half long. And then they're going to have the other half of the season debut a few months after that. And then the whole show is going to be done. Apparently, this is according to Sir Jaime Lannister. Forget Nikolai Wallstow or something like that. He's got a really handsome name to match his handsome face. But yeah, he said that the ending of the series has already been leaked. And so the show has invested millions of dollars to ensure that countless leaks are happening all the time to discredit the actual leaks of the actual ending, which is pretty smart, which is great, because if you could like set up leaks like, oh, I don't know. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't the picture that I wanted to go to. And here's the problem with this. This is why they're doing it. Because of this jerk right here who's got to go online and ruin the ending for everybody. Great Photoshop work, Matt. Great Photoshop work. Like, I love the oval and the bold. Dude, you won't believe how Game of Thrones ends. And he ruins it for everybody here. Terrible. Now, I'm going to make a point about spoilers right now, okay? If the show is aired, it's your own problem. You didn't watch it, it's your own problem. I know that that's not a popular opinion to have when it comes to spoilers. It's not like people should be going out of their way to like dump it in front of everybody, but you can't expect everybody else to not talk about a show they like just because you weren't willing to make the commitment to watch it. I don't have HBO. Find a friend that does. Go to their house. I couldn't do it because of my work. That's your problem. That's your own problem. Listen, if I didn't watch the Super Bowl, I can't expect everybody to not talk about it the next day. It's going to happen. Don't expect everybody else to make changes in their lifestyle habits because you didn't do something. And that's the issue with spoilers. Everybody expects everybody around them to do whatever they want to do so that they don't have it ruined for them. If you don't want it ruined for you, make a plan to avoid social media, to avoid any possibility of it being ruined for you. That's what you got to do. It's on you. It's on you, not everybody else. Okay? But there is actually a rumor going around right now that Jon Snow is going to be riding in on Battlecat. That would be pretty amazing. If they could somehow find a way to mash up He-Man and Game of Thrones, would that not be so cool? Like Jon Snow riding into King's Landing on Battlecat, and Cersei Lannister's all there, oh, I've got wildfire. I'm going to burn blood. She gets eaten by Battlecat. Well, I don't think so, Cersei Lannister. Rah. That's how Battlecat talks. That's actually a pretty good impression. So if you're on the production cast for the He-Man movie and you're looking for a voice for Battlecat and you don't want to cast like a known actor, you want to give me a shot. Well, I don't know, Prince Adam. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Come on, Jon Snow. Let's go to Westeros and eat the Lannisters. That would be the best. That'd be the best ending, to have Jon Snow riding on Zoom in. Can we just get a full screen of that? Can't you just make it go full screen on the monitor?
You gotta
Oh man, whatever. Just get a good look at it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely fantastic. I do want to tease something here. The world's gonna end in the year 2030. Scientists are saying, like, some scientists and archaeologists, like astronomers and archaeologists, are backing up on this one. Okay. In around 11,000... Sorry. Whenever I talk about Armageddon, it always makes me yawn. 11,000 BC, a giant meteorite hit the Earth's surface and allegedly helped to trigger an ice age because of all the dust and stuff that it kicked up. This is some archaeological theory stuff here. And this is because the Earth came close to the Taurid meteor stream, okay? Now, in the Taurid meteor stream, there's a lot of large asteroids in there. Some of them are large enough that are planet killers, meaning when they hit with enough force to create like enough gas and stuff that nothing's going to survive. Like only tiny little animals, all the big stuff's going to die. That's what they're saying could happen in the year 2030, that we will get close enough to the Taurid meteor stream that a big one is going to come down and smash into the Earth and like wipe us all out. And some people are saying, well, if this is going to happen, why hasn't NASA warned any of us? This is why. Whenever, I'll tell you, consequence keeps people in line. It really does. Like, look at my kids. My kids, when I got to get them ready for school in the morning and they're not being good, you know what I say? Well, if you guys don't get your shoes on right away, no TV tonight. No TV tonight or tomorrow. And when they realize that they have a chance to, like, lose stuff, they automatically become better behaved and get their shoes on to get out the door. Now, I'm not saying everybody will go bananas if they find out that the world is ending. Not everybody. But a lot of people will, because literally you won't have anything to lose. What do you got to lose? That's the thing. What do you have to lose? A giant meteor is going to hit everything. So it keeps a lot of people in line. And it's just like that line in Men in Black. A person's logical. People are crazy, scary, and dangerous. Kay was right. If the world ends in 2030, I'm really going to be mad, okay? I'm going to be really mad because I will have wasted the next 13 years with children. Like, I could be out partying. I could be having fun. Like, these people who clearly don't have kids. Look, if they're all in their middle age, you know why they're celebrating? Because they're out having fun while their friends who had kids aren't. That's what they're doing. They're having fun while their friends with kids are wearing sweatpants and being tired. That's what parenthood is all about. They're just sitting around wearing sweatpants and being tired while these people are out having fun. I had kids. I wouldn't go to the gym either. That's another thing. You know why I go to the gym and stay in shape? Because I want to be around long enough to see my grandkids and not be like decrepit and old and unable to get out of a chair. If I know that the world is ending in 2030, not only would I not have kids, I would be morbidly obese, drinking beer all the time, and eating cheeseburgers morning, noon, and night. Because cheeseburgers are absolutely amazing. That's all I got today. Big thank you to Corey's Clothiers, 569 Danforth Avenue. And if you want some tickets to the Nitro Circus, give me a call, 416-870-EDGE. And you got to tell me that you dream of being morbidly obese, and I'll give you those tickets.